Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Morning.
On the show today,
Blood versus water, Natalie. We're going to play that.
that's right. It's my cousin Nicole versus my bestie Justine.
Yep. This poor pastor was trying to make chili.
Was he?
Sounds like a recipe.
Is that what you call it?
Pasta and chili.
Look, something went wrong, and he gave an excuse, and oh my God, people did not believe it. It's unbelievable. So we're going to talk to people about really weak excuses they were given. Some great ones.
You'll hear our thoughts on mass gatherings to watch fireworks.
We will. What else do we have on? Just trying to go through this.
Toilet mints.
Toilet mints. You want to stick around for toilet mints. Enjoy.
Oh, and we had a discussion right at the start of the show about hot tuna.
We did too.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Hot tuna.
It's made of actual
What
hot
happened to hot
tunas.
tuna? Because hot tuna was big time.
Is hot tuna still around?
Well,
I
I'll
haven't
Google.
seen it.
Keep talking.
I haven't seen it. I mean, we used to probably wear catch it at some stage, I would imagine. But hot tuna was pretty good.
Hot tuna, because hot tuna was around the Mambo time.
Reg Mombasa.
Billabong, of course, still around.
Ripkill, Billabong, Quicksilver.
Yep. Bad
Last-
Boys.
Bad Boys, yeah.
Hot tuna is 100% still around.
Hot tuna!
Do you know Okanuis are around too? I saw a thing coming up. Did you have any Okanuis?
Of course they had Okanuis. You kidding
My
me?
pride and joy.
Yeah.
Anyway, hot tuna. There you go,
Hot tuna.
everyone.
Of course I love a long short.
Let's
you know
look at
that.
something.
You do.
Sean wears Daisy Dukes.
I do love the daisy chain. Only when I'm washing the car.
This site has got the prices in like pounds, like British pounds.
But hot tuna was Australian.
I know, that's weird, isn't
So
it?
the Brits bought hot tuna. Is it the
I
same
don't-
thing?
I don't know if maybe there's an Australian version. I'm not sure.
There can't be a world with two hot tuna.
tuna.
No, there can't be. I won't stand for
There
that
can't
world. No.
be. This is one of my university lecturers. She was a designer for hot tuna.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
Here we go.
well,
Hot Tuna is an Australian surf and street clothing brand. It was established in 1969. In 2012, the brand was acquired by Fraser's Group for £1 million. So not a lot.
So they bought hot
and
tuna
was renamed to Concha.
Concha.
Yep.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm not sure.
What's a concha?
It's
that.
it's a surf brand.
Is a concha a thing? Sounds like it's a
Never
nut.
heard of it, mate.
No, like, you're thinking
got
of
him right on the conchas.
You're
nuts.
thinking of conch shell, I think.
Oh, conch shell?
Yeah, but it's like that with an A on it. It's just a brand name.
You moved from hot tuna.
Tuna
So
to
wait, you
conch shell?
bought hot tuna
Concha.
for however much money, and then you changed
million.
the
£1
name to
million
concha.
pounds. Not a lot.
But why didn't you just start
I'll take
concha
it.
and not pay the £1 million to shut down
Yeah.
hot tuna?
I know.
The stupidest business move I've ever heard of.
So we've all
I'm
learned
going to buy
something today.
McDonald's, close it down, and make it into a pie shop and call it Harry's. I wouldn't call it Harry's.
Ready to hit the road this summer? It's time to What If It.
Visit whatif.com to plan and book your accommodation, flights, activities, even car hire.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply. What if it's Aussie for travel? Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Okay, so this is unbelievable.
It's
and
a
you're
great
going
story.
to love it. We're going to go to the US, right? There is a church pastor called Tavner Smith.
It's in Chattanooga.
He's
I love Chattanooga.
gotten himself in a bit of trouble in Tennessee.
What was he doing, mate?
So, Sean, he was at his home
Mm-hmm.
and he was surprised by a group of church volunteers. When they arrived, they found him dressed only in his boxer shorts with an unnamed female church employee who was wearing just a towel.
Married.
She's married.
And so was he.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
could they be doing?
Well, Sean. So they were a bit shocked, right? The
Right.
church volunteers, because of course she's married, he's the pastor.
There had been some suspicions.
Yes, there's some suspicions about him stepping out and his wife, but you believe in your pastor, as I'd believe in Papadello.
Yeah. Love a ragu of sorts.
So Pastor Smith and the woman reportedly tried to avert suspicion by telling the group of volunteers that they had been making chili for hot dogs and had accidentally spilt some on their clothes. So when
Over
you hear-
all of their clothes,
so
both
when-
of them.
So when you hear the excuse, you go, "Oh, that makes sense."
Nothing to see here.
The volunteers were like, "I don't think any of us were that dumb. If you dropped chili on the clothes, why were you in your boxers? Like, were you all throwing chili at each other?"
Y'all throw chili at each other.
He's taken some time to
He's having a
pray,
sabbatical to spend time
reflect.
with God.
reflect on his
But
behaviour.
I think that God's busy. He knocked on God's door and God's away for the weekend.
Also, his wife's left him.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Over
she's
that.
out.
I know, Sean.
Over
Just making
over spilling
chili.
some chili
God,
with a
that's
lady,
a bit rough.
a naked lady in a towel.
That is super rough, yeah.
You know what? You've really
Some are hard to please, aren't they?
If you are going to do something wrong, right? If you're going to do something you're not supposed to do, I think it is such a great idea to spend 5 or 10 minutes beforehand locking in an excuse in case you get caught. Because when you jump to jump in without being prepared, you come up with chili.
No, but what would you have said for that? If you're sprung by some of your church volunteers and you're obviously doing the deed with a lady who's not your wife,
Yes.
what's your excuse? You're in your
Well,
boxers,
I
she's
haven't had
wearing a
5
towel.
or 10 minutes. I haven't had 5
But
or
it'll be
10
a good
minutes.
one.
But what excuse would be valid?
There'd be an excuse out there that's better than chili. There might be, you know what? Like
I was washing her hair.
maybe you need to wet.
You wouldn't have your clothes on,
No,
would
you
you?
know what you do before you
you have your
start doing
boxers
the
on
act.
washing your hair?
Before you start doing the act, you get the hose in and you wet the floor. You wet everything in your kitchen and stuff. And then when they come in, you go, "Oh, the fire sprinklers were turned on."
So
And
we
then
took all our clothes off.
Yeah, well, she's drenched. I'm drenched. I'm just about to put on some dry clothes on, and the only thing I have for her is a robe while I put the clothes in the dryer.
Less than 5 minutes.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
A priest, a pastor, I suppose you'd call him, in America, got caught doing the deed with somebody from the church who was not his wife, and he was not her husband. So it was a little bit scandalous, and it was church volunteers that sprung them, and they said the reason he was wearing boxers and she was wearing a towel, and that's all, was because they'd been making chili and then spilt it, and so they had to take all their clothes off and have sex.
Making chili for hot dogs, actually. We know that, there was definitely something happening with a hot dog.
Yeah,
Sean?
Yeah, it's quite a donation, Nath.
But wasn't the most clever excuse? They saw through it.
Yeah, surprisingly.
The parishioners. So we're talking about piss week excuses that someone should have spent a bit more time crafting. Hello, Todd.
G'day, how you going? All right,
Yeah,
mate?
good, Todd.
Well, what's the excuse, Todd? What happened?
Well, growing up in Darwin, we was living under all the tropical trees. We had heaps of coconut trees around our house.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've got 2 older brothers, and we're all, used to get up to a bit of mischief. And one day, my brothers mucked around with lighters and a bit of petrol around the coconut trees out the front. And my dad's a fireman as well. I was a fireman for 40 years.
Yeah.
And the husk, he's mucked around the husk from the coconut. Like, the coconut tree is about 5 metres tall.
Yeah.
And it's just gone, boom, straight up the top of the bloody coconut tree. And there's probably about, 20, 30 coconut trees up there, and all the husk and all the whatnot. And it's like we had a bonfire, about 2 metres from our house. In a 5 metre coconut tree. And we're all just jumped out trying to get the bloody hoses and blah, blah, blah. And Dad's come home and goes, "What the hell is going on?" Blah, blah, blah. And my oldest brother reckons, "Oh, muck around with a magnifying glass."
You wouldn't believe
That old
it.
chestnut.
We're trying to kill some ants.
Meanwhile, you can smell a bit of petrol and whatever.
So we threw petrol on it to put it out.
No, he used the magnifying glass to find the petrol to start the fire.
Oh, Todd, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure he bought that excuse.
I know, that's right. Courtney's in Bedfordale. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hi, Courts.
Courtney.
What was the really ordinary excuse?
So I'm a pre-service teacher, so training to be a teacher. And I was on prac last year for 3 weeks, and I had year 8. And every week had assigned homework to be due on the Friday. And I had this kid that kept telling me that a family member died each Friday, and that's why he couldn't do his homework.
They were dropping like flies.
Yeah, every Friday. And I was like, "Oh, you're not sad? Why are you here?" He's like, "No, it's all good. I just they passed away, so I couldn't hand my homework in today, miss." Every week.
And did you pull
every
him
week.
up? Did you say, "God, you're having a tough run"?
Yeah. I was like, "Dude, you don't need to be here." And then his teacher was just like, "Nah, he just makes it up." But his parents go along with it, so he got away with it every single Friday.
And you know what?
'Cause you can't really question it, can you?
Well, you can if you sort of take his parents aside. But in this day and age, it could be a possibility with COVID. So you don't want to be like, "You're a liar."
Not in Perth so far.
Well, actually, we're getting there.
Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We are talking about really terrible excuses where you go, come on, you're creative people. You should have been able to come up with something better than that.
Kiara's in Byford. G'day, Kiara.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Great,
buddy.
Kiara. All right, so we're talking about, when people aren't too creative and they could do better with an excuse, what you got for us?
So my ex-partner was from another country, and I was looking in his emails for something one day, and I found him on a dating site.
Yes.
So I knew it was recent because he was wearing a piece of jewellery that I had purchased him.
Oh, yes.
that burn.
She detective, Veronica Mars. I love it.
Yeah. And when I asked him about it, he said, a lot of my old friends from the other country are on this dating site, so I'm only on here to try and make friends with them and make contact with
Has
them.
he not heard of Facebook?
Instagram.
That is so funny.
The only way that I can keep in contact with my friends is on Tinder.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I
my
don't
God.
think
So he said that. I mean, come on, straight away. Your reaction would have been like ours. Like, come on.
Pretty much. I'm like, are you looking for men on here then?
Yeah, some of your mates from
That's
school.
a great point. That's funny.
Oh, holding the ball, that is.
Yeah, that's why he's your ex, right?
Definitely, yeah.
I love him.
I know. It's the audacity of that one.
Exactly. If someone said something truly horrendous like that,
Yeah.
it's sort of like, oh, respect.
But
There's a few
Once
other
you say
platforms
it,
he could have gone with.
You've got to commit to the lie.
I know.
don't you?
We're going to go to, we'll call her Karen. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Karen.
Okay. Let's hear the story. What have you got for us?
Okay, so when I was younger and I was married once upon a time, my then at the time husband, I found him in bed with his coworker.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was lost. What happened?
just
yeah,
napping?
well, it was quite the story. As you can imagine, I was kind of stunned at the time that it happened.
Okay, so wait, you've got, is it at your house? So you've gotten home?
No. So this happened at a friend's barbecue because we were having problems, and so you know, he had his sister watch the kids because they were like 3 and 1 at the time or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, his sister's like, go have a fun time, go have some drinks or whatever, and go to your friend's barbecue, and you guys need to just spend some time one-on-one together.
Yeah.
And, so we went to this barbecue, and it turns out that, his coworker just broke up with her boyfriend that night, and she apparently had no friends. So she came to the barbecue, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
She was very upset, and the next morning, he put me to bed early. He goes, you have to look after the kids next morning, so you have to go to bed now. And they set up a bit later. I woke up in the morning, I was in the lounge room all by myself. He wasn't there.
Yeah.
I went to the friend's guest bedroom or whatever.
Yes.
Bedroom,
Yes.
And they were in bed together.
Oh, my God.
So
but
what
hold on.
excuse did he
No,
give?
wait, I don't want to get to the excuse there. I just want to talk about... He did that while you were in the same house.
She was sleeping.
But the co-worker, so Karen is on the couch.
Yes.
So then
on the couch, I
where's
know.
the co-worker going to sleep?
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm the
so,
husband.
so Karen, let's hear the excuse.
Okay, the excuse was apparently the coworker was sick, and she apparently got her hair with spew all over it, so he had to pull her hair back while she was throwing up on the toilet, and then they couldn't get a taxi or anything like that. So then he ended up spending the night hugging her because she was cold and apparently had spew all over her, so they had to shower her or whatever. And that was his excuse.
Okay, so
He was a thermal blanket.
He started off with, we've heard 1,000 times, the human scrunchie.
Yes.
And then he's ended with the fact that he had to be her blanket.
Yes, he was a hot water bottle. I mean, that seems reasonable. What were they wearing?
Well, they were still clothed, but they had a blanket over them, and they were in full cuddle mode. Cuddle mode.
Karen, so this has happened, right? He's given you this excuse. What happened next?
Well, I was just shocked, and so the coworker, she looked up at me and she smiled. I was stunned. I was shocked. I was just like, this is my husband, and this is the coworker. They're in bed together.
She should at least been shivering.
He done a really good job of warming her up again.
Yeah. Okay, so she smiled, and then what happened?
The horrible thing is, I was like, what the hell is going on here? And he goes, I was giving her body warmth. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. And then I left the room, but he didn't come after me for another 10 minutes.
Oh.
I was getting
Well, they were
dressed.
still stuck.
Yeah.
I was stuck. I couldn't get out the front door because the friend locked their house up.
Yeah.
And I was
Couldn't
stuck
even
with them.
storm out.
You were stuck in
This is a nightmare.
Super awkward. I was like, oh my God, I just want to get out of here. And he's like, it was for body warmth.
It was not for body warmth.
So after
for body
so after that, how like, what happened? Like, did you like break up with the like? What happened?
I took him back because I tried to make it work for the kids.
Yeah.
Tried to take him back, and then, like we tried to make it work, but we were already having problems before that.
Yeah.
And I accused them of cheating 6 months before because they were always being flirtatious with each other at work.
God.
And then basically we were living together, but then separated after a month. So we still were living together, and I ended up finding a condom in his room while I was cleaning up the house, and then I found a cruiser in our car, and it had lipstick on it, and I was like, I found out he was just saying
That's the smoking gun, isn't it? The lipstick on the cruiser.
Oh, wow. Wow.
For young players.
Oh.
You're better off without him. Well done.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't wear lipstick when you're drinking cruises.
There's 100 things he did wrong then.
Oh, sorry, that's what I took away from it.
We nearly hit it on the head.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Straight over the Australian Open, and we are getting down to the pointy end. You know, Australian Open started in 1905, and it was played in 7 different cities before Melbourne took care of it in the mid-70s.
Yeah, so they should spread it around a bit.
Yeah, I didn't know that at that point in time, but we do know that, back then they never paid for anything, maybe a free tennis ball here and there. If someone hit it over the fence, they'd maybe be able to sneak it to the car before the end of the match.
Yes.
These days, there's like $75 million in prize money, including
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
$2.75 million to the winner of the men's and the women's. And we're in the quarterfinals, right? So we know that Ash Barty's playing Jessica Pegula.
Oh, my gosh.
And Ash is paying, if she loses this match, she walks away with about, I think it's 550 grand around, around that mark.
Yeah.
And we also would have seen that there was an article online about Jessica Pegula's background and how her parents owned the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, they outbid Donald Trump to buy it. Is it $7 billion or something?
They're saying that he's worth $5 billion collectively.
But they're saying that she's the richest woman in tennis, but that's her father's money. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yes.
I mean, even that all translates
it's not
to her.
from what she's won.
Did you
obviously.
ever see that tennis movie Battle of the Sexes where
Billie Jean King?
Jean King,
No, I didn't see
Emma
it.
Stone plays her. It's unbelievable because back then they were paid absolutely nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then they were made to go on tour, and then a cigarette company came and sponsored the match and forced them all to start smoking. So they were told to smoke to get money to play tennis.
And Ellie reckons you won't get a haircut for 10 grand. Are you serious? Exactly. By the way, the Buffalo Bills, Jessica's parents' NFL team, they lost yesterday in an overtime absolute thriller against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, right.
It was an amazing game and they should have bloody won, and they would have gone into the semi-finals and looking to get to the Super Bowl. It would have been a big deal. Tom Brady was playing. His team got beaten in the last couple of seconds.
I can't imagine the Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
Wow.
What's going on?
And here's the thing. So Tom Brady's worth $250 million. Giselle, that he's married to, $400 million.
Yes.
Do you reckon they have joint accounts?
How funny would it be if you earn $200 million and you're not the highest breadwinner in your family?
I wonder if you would have a joint account.
Would you have a joint account?
I don't think you'd need to. I mean, there'd probably be something for the household expenses.
Maybe they just got like a joint debit card.
Yeah.
And they just put money in.
Yeah.
They'll put in $100 a week.
To cover the bills, cover the bills.
Do you reckon Giselle would feel inclined to, when they're out sometimes, and
she has to pay?
I'll get this, Tom. Do you reckon she's more because of the
Imagine living in a world where you never worry about the price of anything. Because that's not you don't worry about the price of anything. If you've got that money, Megan came home today and said, I bought an island today, go, yeah, no worries. It's like buying bread.
Yeah.
And now you own Rottnest. It's great.
Now you own Rotto, Sean. Would you let people go to Rottnest, or would you just
I would.
Private
He
island?
would, but for a massive fee.
It'd be huge. Huge. At the moment, it's about $400 to stay a night in Geordie Bay. I'd be jacking that one right up.
Yeah, and controversially, he'd evict all the quackers. We'd have clockers everywhere in Perth.
Yes.
Well, we are looking forward to this match with Ash Barty this afternoon, and hopefully she can progress and keep
It's in
it
good
going.
form, but we don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, it's good fun. There's 50-50. You always see in the crowd at the moment, there's only, it's not as full, obviously, but there's caps on it at the moment,
Yes.
50% of crowd. But it seems like 50%.
They're really getting
noisy,
into
they're
it.
getting amongst
Yep.
it. So
that whole controversy as well with those T-shirts that were banned.
The Peng Shui ones.
Yeah, like
Peng
did you
Shui.
read their story about their reasoning that they think behind why Tennis Australia has banned them? Because they're getting $100 million in Chinese advertising.
Yeah,
well,
from
the Chinese
whiskey
advertising's
company.
there. It's
Yeah.
it has to play a part, it definitely. But on the other side of things,
Not
in
when it
sport,
comes
it's
to
supposed to be,
human rights issue.
they're supposed to have no political.
It's not political though.
Well,
It's not political.
It's human rights.
human rights. Okay, yeah,
and
it's
it's
a bit different.
and it's political,
Yeah.
and they've never said anything about human
And I
rights.
mean, and tennis has made a stand because
Yes,
the
yes.
WTA said we're not going
Yeah,
to
they
be
did,
playing
not
in
gonna play
China.
matches,
So
yeah.
Anyway,
there's a precedent there.
Tennis Australia
Interesting.
out there not making some clever moves this year, are they?
A few missteps, that's for sure.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in podcast form.
Hey, I just went to the men's toilets, Sean. Have you seen how we are like a hotel now? There is
No.
an assortment of
Yes.
things that you can use. There is a can of Rexona.
Mm-hmm.
There is some hand sanitizer, and my favourite is some toilet mints.
Toilet mints.
And
Not
is that
me.
a slice of cheese? What's the
No,
other
that
thing?
just says for your use.
Oh, okay, right.
But
It's a
there
post-it note.
who is going to? Would you reach into
There's
the mints
the toilet
After all-
mints.
and have some
back one out.
toilet?
No,
Oh,
you know
Harry's
what
already-
this is,
Harry's
though,
already had a
Nathan?
go.
Nathan, this is passive aggressive. Someone in the office has bad breath, and they've decided to solve the problem
I'll
by
jump
putting
on
mints in
board.
the
Sorry,
toilet.
Harry, you've
have
had a
you
go at
had a
this.
toilet mint?
I had 2 for breakfast this morning.
Who would eat a toilet
They're in the
mint?
ladies'
put 'em
toilets
in-
too, and
he didn't
Claire's
put him
been
down his
eating them.
throat.
Have you been eating the toilet mint as well? Oh
Claire,
my God.
What's wrong with toilet mints? Well, have you washed your hands?
But you might be washing your hands. You don't know everybody
Yes,
else is.
exactly. Toilet mint.
Used to be a spin out when you went to the US and then you went into the bathroom. They had all this stuff
Yeah.
on offer. It's crazy
I know.
times. Look at us
Aren't we
now.
just living the
We're
dream?
30 years behind.
Remember when people used to use the word spin out?
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We want to talk about this. Firstly, fireworks. No one's a firework. But let's go
individual
to
firework.
the fireworks. Okay.
Scheduled for tomorrow night.
As we know, it is happening tomorrow night.
Yes, yes.
And we've been speaking about this all week. I am completely puzzled how this Skyworks is going ahead
In the
this
current climate.
Now, I want to just quickly go back to when the football got shut down over, what was that, 1 or 2 cases?
It was.
Or
ended
the
up being,
suggestion of a case?
And that was on
ended
the
up
day.
being- it was on the day, yeah. So 60,000 people got
Yes.
shut out.
And
and
there
it was
were
like
people
a-
who'd already left home to go
and
to
it was
the game.
it was a couple of people, yeah, wasn't it? It was just a couple of possibilities.
Yeah, and they were
And then
isolated straight
let's
up.
go to New Year's Eve.
Everything was
Yes,
shut. So
yes,
everything
all
was
the-
shut in
all the
Perth.
events were off,
All
yeah.
the events.
And we're talking about super spreader events.
Because that was their thing.
Now we have how many do we have in the community right now? How many active cases do we have? 27, is it?
Oh, no, more than that.
More than that?
Way more than that.
Another
but most of them
13
are
yesterday.
in
No, they're
isolation.
Isolation,
So-
but yet we
yeah.
still don't know how many people are out there that could possibly be.
Well,
That's right.
it doesn't matter
Contagious
because
right
let's
now.
say there's 50 in
Yeah.
isolation now. Back then there was 1 or 2 and they were in isolation, complete
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yeah.
There are currently 96
And
active
everything was
cases
shut
in
down.
WA.
96 active cases, plus there could be some out there, and we know
Yes.
that a lot of people haven't
Those
been going out
96
and getting tested.
aren't necessarily out in the community,
Yeah.
but yes.
How is this going ahead? How? Oh, actually,
Oh, yeah.
now we've been
Let alone
told
the fact that it scares the dogs.
that there's going to be. We've been told there's going to be 80 COVID marshals to monitor the situation. So say that they're saying, and we know it's probably not going to be that much, but 250,000 people are going to go down there. That's 3,000 people per COVID marshal.
Those marshals are going to be busy. So what are the
But
marshals
do they have
doing?
to do anything anymore? I think
the COVID marshals have to walk around and ensure that masks are being
masks,
wore.
yeah,
And if
yeah,
you walk
fair
through
call.
any shopping centre, you will see that is not an easy task.
No.
Yes.
Let alone
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to do that to 1,000 people.
Yeah. There's now no proof of vaccination required.
No, there's
Because
none
they
of that,
realise they couldn't really eject you from
So
a
it's
public
just a
open
mark.
space.
Yeah, because remember they were going to tell you to leave, and then what, are you going to walk me back to my car and drive me home?
What about the other 2,999 people you're responsible for?
And then also, they're saying in this current climate, when you're getting a whole lot of people together, you should be socially distancing.
Yes.
We know the one thing about the Sky Show is no one's
you
socially
can't,
distancing.
no.
You just try and cram together and get a
Correct.
spot on the lawn. So I'm puzzled.
There is a press conference at 9 o'clock this morning. So in a few minutes' time, and obviously it's Mark McGowan time, so probably about 9:30.
I was saying to Mum
so
and Dad
maybe there
last
is an
night,
announcement coming. We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is, but the rules have changed. It's clear. The rules have absolutely changed in a lot of senses.
Yeah, compared to a year ago, there's no doubt.
Are you puzzled from this?
Yeah, yes. I'm puzzled because you just brought up the New Year's Eve stuff, and that there's
less
nothing
than a month
changed.
ago, yeah,
there was
26
cases
days.
then, and there's cases now. A few more now.
Yeah.
And this
Way more
event's
now.
still. This event's still. Yeah, I'm absolutely puzzled.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely.
26 days ago,
Yes.
New Year's Eve was shut down for how many cases was there during them?
Oh,
Probably
a handful.
And now we've got 96, and plus we don't know how many are out in the
Yes.
community. It's just, I don't know. I'm just puzzled as how everything, the rules keep changing.
I'm puzzled at what the future's going to look like because everyone's saying there's going to be another strain at some stage, but we're reacting to one particular one at the moment. And once we
do need
dealt
another
with
strain
that, then
because
there's
we
gonna
need
be one.
another Greek letter to learn.
And then another one, and then what happens with our? I don't get where we're going.
Yeah.
If we react, there's
Yeah,
one,
what the
and,
end point is.
we've dealt with that one for 6 months, gone through the community, and there's another one, and then I just don't see where we're going, particularly here in the West.
Look, each of their own, and if you want to attend tonight, I just think attend at your own risk.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Attend at your own risk because this could be.
Mask
it could
up
be.
and
it
wear,
could be.
wear good quality masks
Do not,
as well.
your fabric masks don't cut it anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So it's all about medical grade masks. The best nut mask are the KN95 or N95 mask. If not that, a
when
surgical
they sneakers from
mask.
Target back in the day, KT26s.
And they were great.
And they have them on your feet.
But you should be wearing them.
But you can run from COVID.
That's
yeah.
right. If you
Yeah,
run
you can
fast
run from
enough.
it.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Blood versus water.
I've never seen a tribal like this before.
In Survivor this year, they're competing with family. The Nathan, Nat and Sean wouldn't fare too well. Australian Survivor, Blood versus Water, starts 7:30 Sunday on 10. Can't wait.
All right, we're about to find out what's stronger, family or friends, in a round of blood versus water.
Well, Craig is the first one through. G'day, Craig.
G'day, how are we?
Oh,
Good,
we're
mate.
good, Craig. Craig, you are the first caller through, so you get first choice. You can choose between cousin Nicole or bestie Justine.
Who do you think knows
I'll
me
go
better?
for family.
Yeah, you're going to go family. You think Nicole knows more? All right.
It sounds like Nicole's on the outs, though, with Nat and Justine, to be honest. But I'm an interesting choice.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of history
It
there.
looks like Nicole's been made into a side dish.
Yes.
But let's see.
That means Gillian in Gosnells, you get Justine, okay?
Okay, that's great.
All right.
All right, so both Craig
$1,000 up for grabs.
and Gillian, they don't have to do a thing. They
No,
just
they're just gonna
hope
sit
that their
by and
contestant
wait.
wins the money for
That's-
them.
Welcome back, cousin Nicole and bestie Justine. Hello, girls.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. So what's going to happen is we're going to ask you some questions, right? If you get it right, you get the point. If you don't, no one gets anything. It's going to be best of 5.
You'll need to buzz in with your names, so we'll have to test your buzzers. Nicole,
Nicole.
working well. Justine,
Justine.
lovely.
Okay,
Right.
Nicole and Justine.
Are we ready?
We are.
In the battle L lock. Question number 1. Where was Nat's last overseas holiday to?
Justine.
Yes, Justine?
Jamaica.
Correct.
Oh.
Remember overseas travel?
Nicole.
I remember.
Nicole, now I'm starting to see why they decide.
Trip to Jamaica. Question number 2. One of Nat's cats is named Turbo. What is the other one named?
Justine.
Justine
Rindy.
is correct.
Oh!
Come on, these are all cited to Justine. Come on.
Okay.
Wow. Wow, Nicole.
You need to save face here, Nicole.
Well, you should have been there when I collected that kitten, just
Yes,
saying, like
Nicole.
Justine
And
was.
this is one of the reasons, Nicole, why the family are voting you out. All right, question number
Here we go.
3. Which language did Nat study all through high school?
Justine. Nicole.
Justine got interest. Justine?
I didn't know. I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to guess French.
is correct.
Merci beaucoup.
I was correct.
Yeah, you were, Nicole. You
Justin's
didn't understand
officially
buzzing.
won, but we're going to keep going just
Okay.
to see how bad Nicole really
See if
is.
Nicole
Come on,
can get
Nicole. Come on, Nicole. Okay, here we go. Here's the next question, number 4. Nat describes September 29th, 2018 as the greatest day of her life. What happened that day?
Ooh. Oh, it's great that neither of us know.
It's the greatest day of my life.
No.
September
I was
29th,
there.
2018,
Nicole.
private plane.
Nicole, I'm
it's
just
not the
saying you
moon
should
landing.
get this.
Where were you? 2018.
2018.
I'll give you
September 2018.
give you a clue. All right, give you a clue. The colour's blue and yellow.
Oh, Nicole. Nicole. I know.
Yes.
Nicole.
The Eagles came back from finals.
Eagles grand final. Eagles grand final.
The grand final.
All right.
Oh my gosh! Why isn't Oliver here?
I know.
We're going to go to the next one. Ready? Name a food that Nat doesn't eat.
Justine.
Yes, Justine.
Custard.
Yes, I didn't put it on the list, but that is
She
true.
doesn't
That
eat
is true. A fairly comprehensive victory to
right.
Justine. So water is thicker than
Water,
blood.
there we go.
As it turns out, that's great news for Gillian because you've won $1,000.
Ah, Craig.
Wow.
Yeah, Nicole, you failed big time.
And hello, Craig. Just another person that Nicole has let down, isn't it? Really?
No, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick
You
your
can't
family.
pick your family.
It's a great point.
But you can kick them out of it. All the best, Nicole.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I was really surprised yesterday to see that the BBL Team of the Year was announced, and only 2 per Scorchers were in the side.
And it's
AJ
like-
Ty
Yes.
and Mitch Marsh.
And there's heaps of Sydney Sixers, and they absolutely smoked them the other night.
Four.
And you go, come
How
on.
unlike WA to be forgotten in the mix of things.
Can we can claim Josh Philippi, though, because he is a West
He's
Australian.
a West Australian. He had a particularly good season, as he has done in recent times as well. Yeah, I'm with you, Nath. It was voted by the coaches of all the opposing teams that played during the season.
Yep.
Having said that, so then I was like, okay, at least the coaches aren't, they're not leaning maybe towards one team or the other. But then you think about the Scorchers were on top of the table by about 10 points.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even close between first and second in terms.
And they
of
only
the
got
end
there
of
on the back of 2 players. I don't think so.
swear-
Mitch Marsh wasn't even there for some of them.
Yeah, no.
Other things come into play here, and the whole country is angry about our border situation and about the fact that we haven't been really touched by COVID during the whole pandemic. And I feel like things like that come
they
out
think
in
we're stupid.
everyday
They
decisions.
think we're stupid.
No, they say we're stupid. There's jealousy and anger over the fact that we've hardly been affected.
Oh, not from my people I speak to. They're all like, mate, you're living in the
Yeah, but
communist
you're speaking
state.
to like 3 people.
Yes.
Well, how many you speaking to?
1,000.
1,000. okay.
1,000, Sean.
Well, yeah, the odds are with you then. Peter Siddle, though, he is the Adelaide Strikers captain, and he is 1,000 years old, right? So he's been playing Test cricket for Australia, all that kind of stuff. He doesn't do that anymore. He took the most amount of wickets in the BBL so far this season. He was leading.
What do they call it? The golden arm.
The golden arm, yeah. Jai Richardson won it the previous year from the Perth Scorchers. So, yeah, really interesting that when your career finishes at the higher levels, you can just keep bringing it down to the shorter version of the game.
Yes.
In fact, overseas now they're just doing that quick 20 or the fast 20, fast 10 or something. They're even a shorter version of the game.
Pretty much it's going to be an over.
That I'd watch.
Each team gets 6 balls.
Now,
See what happens.
That's the Nathan.
Well, that's what we need in the radio world. As time goes on, we just keep
One break.
Yes.
We come in,
Yep.
we say, hey,
One
welcome to
killer
Nathan Nat
break.
Show. We play 2 songs, then we come back, we speak for 3 minutes, and then
And then we throw to Ross.
What am I saying? We never just speak for 3 minutes. That's a lie.
Amy just rolled her eyes at us. As if that had ever happened.
Speak for 10 minutes and Amy's winding us up. Her arm's broken.
She's doing it now.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.